Welcome back to the channel. It's Chad here with Sinister RC, and today I have the WLtoys A979B, and I've had this thing for roughly a year, and I did an unboxing video of it, which I haven't released yet. You can check this out. But yeah, I took it out on its first run, and the very first thing this thing did was the ESC just died. And so I never really did anything with it. I reboxed it, and I was looking for a project because it's fall 2022. The weather's getting bad. I gotta have something to do, so I ripped it back out of the box. And what I plan on doing is I'm going to put a 144001 ESC in it and servo, to run the 540 brush motor. But today, as part one of my build, and what I'm going to do today is I'm adding bearings. And these bearings are made by RCAWD, and they are alloy. And the smaller bearing in here is their measurements. Let's see what's really stuck in there. Okay, those measurements for these guys are 8 millimeters by 4 millimeters by 3 millimeters, meaning 8 by 4 by 3. And the larger ones here are 12 millimeters by 8 millimeters by 3.5 millimeters, and these go onto the inside of the hub. These will go to the outside of the hub, which are going to make it better, because these things come stock with a race. And I'm going to take the tire off here. And I don't like these tires. And that's another thing we're doing today is I got a set of these, and I don't know if you're a subscriber to the channel, you might recognize these wheels. They're made by Shergoo, and they're 12 millimeter hex. And I put these on a DRC car to the 9310, which was a lot of fun. And so I ordered another set of these for this car here. I think they'll look pretty sharp. And I also have a set of 12 millimeter hexes to make the conversion here, because these are a 7 millimeter hex. So once you get your wheel off here and drop the pin, you'll notice that this right here is simply just a race. It's not a bearing. And so, these will wear out a little bit. So we're just going to make it roll a lot smoother today, and we'll change these out all 4 sides. So I've already got a good start. Got this wheel off, so I'm going to get the rest of these off, and we'll get this going. Okay, now I have all 4 wheels off, and I'm just going to start right up here in the front, because what I have to do is I have to dig these out. And the easiest way to do this is just to take it right here and just get your pliers here and just kind of get that popped off. There. I'll pop it off here. Ooh. Sometimes tweezers work best. So now I can just expose it. I'm going to drop this dog bone out. And see right here, there's 2 screws on either side. That's a Phillips head. And I'm just going to pop this out here by getting it. Okay, now that I got that all slid out of there, as you can see on the inside, it's a larger race than this outside race here. I'm just going to push them out. I got a flathead screwdriver here. Lay them on the edges of them. I popped that forward one out. I don't even know what's going on with the wind, but that forward one's out. This back one, we do the same thing. Just kind of grab the edge of the metal and push it out. And there it goes. It's out too. So now I have that rear race out and that forward race. You take your bearings, and they send you enough for, you can replace them once or two cars is what you need. And you just get that in there just like so and press it in. Ever so pretty. Sitting in there nice and flat, nice. Now the inside one, do the same kind of thing here. We'll just kind of slide it over like that, get it in there. And what I like to do is take the spindle back through there and just press it in. And there it goes. It's in place because that's going to seat it right where it needs to go. And boy, those roll pretty smooth. Okay, at this point, what I like to do myself is I pick up this bearing oil, and it's kind of a thicker oil that's kind of sticky, and I just like to put like a drop of oil on either side and just kind of roll them around, make sure they're nice and they just roll smooth. And this has kind of got an applicator tip here where I can just kind of squeeze, it's telescope in there, I just got a drop, and just get a little drop here, a little drop, just kind of spin them around and work them. And it's ready for install. Like we need this excess little bit of stuff up here, and I'll install it back into place. Okay, get those back in there and tight. Remember, don't over tighten your screws in this ABS, it'll just strip them right out. You just want to bring them to where they're snug. Okay, and we're going to grab this dog bone, we'll get this back into place here and slide it up in the slot there. That steering linkage, snap back on, and camber link back on, and there we go. We replace and put the bearing in there. So I'm going to do this side and I'll show you how to do the back. So I totally forgot to hit record on this rear side, but I do have some spares so I can show you kind of how that went, because I did rebuild one of these, and that's kind of what I'm doing with this. Well, now this is an A979B, super fast, a lot of fun, really heavy. So I'm going with a carbon fiber frame on this guy and leaving everything else plastic, because this guy is really heavy. So when you get to your rear end, you're just going to pop these links here, and this will fold, and then this falls forward, and they're pretty easy from here, right? But those are already greased. But once you get your piece open, right, and it's sitting just like this, you can hold it in place and pop these out, or just, do like I'm doing here, and I just stick it up against something hard, and it's just 2 screws, or 1 screw, through screw here from the back, pull it out, these slide right out, and then push both those races out. And I did have some extras here. Let's see, there's an extra one right here. Let me dig it out of this bag. So you just stick the back one in there pretty tight, just like so, and it's snapped right into place, nice and pretty. Same there, just popped right back into place, nice and pretty. And then you would just go through the process, fold it back up, lining up your dog bone here. And let's get that dog bone lined up. There we are. And it's up in there. And just get this camber link. Pop back on. And voila. We have changed the bearings all the way around so I can put these, other wheels on. Now I don't have to worry about the races kind of burning up on me. Let's just check out the countertop here. Okay, now for the rest of this, we're just going to discard these tires, probably stick them in a box. I do not like them. They look cool, but I don't like them. Might stick them on this guy here, but I do have some tires coming for this guy. So I'm going to get my kit out here that I bought. It says to... I got these on Amazon. They were like $8, I believe. Comes with 4 pins. So let's get this rotated around here. Those pins fit. Okay. It's kind of nice. So I have my pin through. I'm just going to slide this guy on there. Voila. So, and for some reason these WLtoys smaller ones always have to stick a shim washer right there between that point and that point. I can just slide this wheel on. Get our wheel nut. Let's get it nice and tight. Yep, I had a washer stuck in the bottom on those other wheels. Okay. And I got that on the right side. See, these are all directional. You can see here. So the other side will be, that side out and on this side. So we got to make sure we get them all on the right side here. There we go. We'll do the same thing here. Let's get this guy. Pin in it. Oh, this one's bearing sticking out a touch there, so get this guy all pulled into place. Oh, now I'm having an issue with that bearing sticking out too far. Yeah, I'm gonna have to reset that. I'm gonna put a pin in this because I believe what I gotta do is I gotta shove this, actually, I'll pull it into place here. There we go. Felt like it, there it went. Yeah, it was that inner bearing wasn't seated in, so it wasn't sitting right there. So get this hex on, right there. Beautiful. Wheels on the right direction. Looking pretty sweet. Yeah, that's looking really, really good. And they, ooh, they kind of rub a touch here. There we go. Yeah, these are pretty nice. Feel really good. Nice. And that's what's coming next. We're going to do a shock video on this because these guys, the shocks just are ridiculously bouncy. And see, I got this friend here where it's just a dead drop. These are some golden. Let's see how bad that bounces. So yeah, it's my 12 millimeter, or convert to a 12 millimeter and bearing fix. Stay tuned for part 2. We're going to do some shocks. Thanks for watching.